Now recording.
Okay, now you can definitely see this was directed by Jim Wynorski.
Oh, God.
If you had any doubts.
This is parts from the original
Hello,
cut.
podcasters, and welcome to another episode of the Natural History Central podcast.
This is the Wynorski cut.
Today,
They're about
Armin
to
and I are
undress
joined once
and
again
kiss
by
each
the
other.
esteemed Rick Raptor.
But at that point, they had to cut away, and we have
Hello,
I forgot the name of
Glad
the
to have
best
you
DJ
here.
Andrews cut.
Totally not
Thank you.
forceful.
Use it for shopping later. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, the awkward silence when they're both laughing because of the thing is pretty nice. Also, Supergator also had just a scene of them at
They
the
look
beach.
like
And
an-
look, you look like you need to have a drink.
You are.
You look like
Man,
I
this is
need
an absolute chat.
My eyes are up here, honey.
It's Guy Fieri in its younger years.
Why don't you
In its younger years.
thrown out?
I am sorry.
No. I agree. Guy Fieri. Oh, it's
It's not Rick. Dick. It's
Rick Adelaide.
you would have to
Dick
pick
Sidney
another
and Rick
town
Adelaide.
in Australia. Like this is not Dick Sydney. This is Dick Melbourne.
Yeah, no, I'm saying Rick Adelaide. No, I suppose you want to avoid it just because Rick.
It makes things a little bit more confusing when you are calling him Rick.
Okay, fair enough.
Though technically my name is not Rick, but
Aim before. If we're ever gonna, if we had done what we originally wanted, which is dubbing the German version with our voices, then you would have gotten his voice.
even though he's not named Rick at all.
It's close enough.
He is now.
Yeah. We two, just us two, are going to dub the entire movie, including
One of
the
you-
women, including
one of you-
Dinocroc
one
and
of you-
Supergator.
One of you can do male voices, one of you can do female voices. Oh, I'm sorry, you need to dub Dinocroc and Supergator as well. I'm sorry, I didn't realize Dinocroc roared in German.
Of course it did. Like, you underestimate the effort German dubbing goes through.
It's like the German dub, just like sassy going, yeah.
Sassy can have the female roles.
You know, nobody would notice.
Nobody would notice. Sassy's old enough to watch this movie, so we don't have the problem that he would have to deliver his lines without knowing what he's actually seeing.
No problem, Mr. Kingsley.
Great. Oh, and Jer,
Yes?
make sure you bring enough for 3.
And for the Dinocroc and Supergator, we can just use stock dinosaur noises because they're doing the same thing.
Have a great flight.
Oh, this guy can mimic the sound of closing down a telephone with his mouth.
Like Lyrebird. He's a dinosaur.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Lyrebird. He's such a Lyrebird
Everybody
in
is a
disguise.
liar. This entire movie just has a bunch of talented artists mimicking any kind of noise and mimicking voices from each other.
We're doing that.
The only talent they lack is acting.
Figures. I'm out with a convicted.
I'm
You
sure they
know-
lack plenty of talents. Have the one talent that is making noises, impressions.
Making noises. That's the official.
You know, this reminds me, we still have to dub the NHK documentary with me as the female narrator.
Oh.
But
And get that
I
on
talked to Curiosity Stream, and they never called me back on my offer. And honestly, I'm angry. They never called
Yeah.
me back.
You wouldn't call it Proto-Mosasaurus.
Is that what they call it?
So hey, another scene of.
Oh my. It's beautiful.
I don't know.
The
I haven't
Arizona-
watched the Curiosity Stream.
This is another waterfall. It's not the same as earlier.
At least they have more than one waterfall. They should have started with this
They're
one.
multiplying.
This one looks a bit prettier.
You scared me.
Sorry about that. Saw the helicopter, thought it might be the sheriff.
Look, Han Solo.
Why would you need to come out here?
Solo, a Star
I know
Wars
he doesn't
story
look
too.
anything like it, but when I see the white shirt and the
No,
black vest,
no. You're completely right.
Try to keep
Yes.
it hidden from the wildlife.
Oh, it's another photographer.
oh, they're actually going to replicate that scene.
Free salmon?
So
Going
are we
to
gonna do
undress-
the
Yeah.
thumb sucking thing again, or?
Must be fun going all
What?
over the world to exotic locations.
The what sucking?
The
What-
thumb
what the-
sucking, that, you know,
Maybe
Thumb-
you not remember?
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be great for my editor. Not so much for the producer.
I had a blackout, I guess. The thumb sucking? And yeah, there's your movie.
can always cut it out later.
One wrong.
I'm surprised they have matching
bikinis.
bikini.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say no. That's it's a terrible design choice. Yeah, it's a new
Oh, he's
waterfall,
going to the water.
but at least water looks at least somewhat deep enough for Supergator to hide in.
Oh, yeah, it's the exact same thing as
Yeah.
the last movie because no, they are not going to kill off the bikini girls first. They're going to kill the photographer first, so the movie can spend more time with the bikini girls.
Yeah. Here's also a question: why would you photograph them in front of the green wall and not in front of the waterfall? I mean,
Because he's a very bad photographer. He's
Yeah.
actually not a professional photographer. He's just a creep with a camera.
yeah, he
lies
just
to
stalked
them.
them up to this point. Makes about as much sense as everything else in this movie, so.
Yeah. And the only reason they are now running into the water is so the other one can come.
Another outfit.
What? What? So the other one can come.
I think so.
I didn't. You know the shred onions.
No. You aren't getting yourself out of that one, Rick.
It's gonna be bright if we don't get out of here.
The other crocodile creature will attack them spontaneously.
What are we gonna do?
That is all I wanted to say.
Okay, yeah, sure.
That sound.
I'm working here with the language barriers.
Oh no, the foliage is gonna attack them!
Was I mean, just bite. I'm not sure if you have
run
to
5
censor
steps and then scream at it.
that.
Killer cows!
Hey, Armin, look there, you cows!
God damn it, no! You're giving me PTSD right now.
We originally wanted to record this yesterday, but we had to delay it.
Because Armin had to go round up his house.
Yes. And there they are in the movie.
Hey,
What seems to be the problem here?
is that like Armin's Family colorized 2019?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
I actually have I have 3 dads of mixed races.
Toyota.
So like
And you also lost a cow yesterday to some unseen animal.
yeah.
That's the reason you had to get out there yesterday to help them because they were like, I mean, one of our cows is missing.
Like, oh god damn it, not this again.
You spent 6 hours looking for the killer, but you couldn't find it. But now you know what it was.
Now I know.
What could have done this, Sheriff? I'll tell you what could have done this. This is a cattle mutilation.
So now you know the solution to whatever killed your cows was to get a different creature to fight against.
If I hadn't been called to help, I would have seen Supergator, Dinocroc with Supergator yesterday, and I would have known immediately instead of wasting 5 hours trying to find it.
That flesh was torn apart, but it looks like
This is so helpful.
he's got one hell of an overbite. Yeah, but that doesn't tell us.
Yeah, they couldn't even get build an actual prop of a dead cow. That's just a CGI.
They couldn't even find a farmer who had just
They
had
couldn't
the
even
dead
find
cow.
a dead cow. Like, imagine going to a farmer. Hi, do you happen to have a recently dead cow on your farm?
What did happen here, Charlie?
Like, go to a slaughterhouse, ask them if they have something left.
Swanson to launch. Swanson to launch. Come in.
I'm not even sure if you can hear him if he has the talkie that far away from his mouth. Oh, did she die off screen or what?
Nah, she's the female protagonist. Then I'm gonna cut her off.
With horror movies like these, you never know who's actually the protagonist.
He's blonde and not
Like
yet
in
wearing-
Supergator, in Supergator, the brunette with the pink bikini was like the protagonist for half an hour until she wasn't.
It was just Doom. This one's not one of bikini.
For the 10th time, Cassidy, come in.
Yeah, if you show cleavage, you're automatically doomed.
Oh, this means that you're what did you call the Dick Sidney replica in this? Because I
Rick
think
Adelaide.
Rick Adelaide,
think.
because I think he was shirtless but wearing something over it as well. So he was technically showing cleavage, so maybe he dies as well.
Out with it.
Yeah, true.
It would fit better for the horror movie that the great cool hunter gets killed by the creature.
Stop the Jeep.
Yeah, we didn't get it in
in the third
Dinocroc,
act.
surprisingly.
Yeah, because Dick Sidney is that's awesome. Or the movie's that bad. I can't decide what's
No. Dick Sidney is so man. He has so much big dick energy that he defies the laws of horror movies.
I mean, of course he has big dick energy. It's in his name.
Exactly.
And this means you can't censor us saying the word dick because we are just saying his name.
Exactly. See? Checkmate YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, we are just saying the name of somebody who's named Richard, and another name for Richard is Rick, and another name for Rick is Dick.
So that doesn't mean we can call you Dick now.
Can say the F word if there happens to be somebody who has that as his name.
No, but this isn't set in
Name
stone.
Jack Hitler.
Yes, exactly. F you. Can't argue, it's a name. Probably.
The only bad thing about the desync is we will always hear the crocodile attacks and the screams before they actually happen, so they can't surprise us.
No, because it will overtake the video, so you'll actually see them before you hear them near the end.
That's good. That's better. It's always funny. Yeah, I don't like it when the audio is desynced that you hear something before it happens. It's funnier.
Yeah.
We are visual people. Also, are those mushrooms
okay.
or
Those are mushrooms, yes.
okay? They're not in the mushroom
I'm
kingdom.
not sure if the producers were high, or if I'm high, or if we're all high.
I'm seeing them as well.
Must be some
Okay,
good
so
stuff.
Dinocroc versus Supergator takes place in the Mushroom Kingdom. We have established that.
No, actually,
Mario
that's
is
the
going
Smurf
to jump up.
village.
Oh yeah. What's better, Smurf Village or Mushroom Kingdom?
No, but his equipment is.
Why not both?
Yes, both. So we can have Dinocroc versus Supergator and Yoshi.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like the final level of the new Mario game is just Mario fighting Dinocroc instead of Bowser.
Yes, I mean Dinocroc got the tail. He can grab it and swing around just like Bowser.
Exactly.
No, this film will be like Batman v Superman. Dinocroc and Supergator will team up to fight Yoshi.
Yes, Yoshi is the doomsday of this franchise.
Save Mario.
Yes, it works. Why did you say that name?
I need to know you're going to be able to tie up all the loose ends.
I'll do my job. Let's just hope this backwater hillbilly of Hyde can do his.
So we got a female British assassin.
I'm counting on you.
I'll speak to you later.
Okay. Actually, the dude and the blonde who died at the very start were Mario and Peach.
So this is like a sequel to the new Super Mario Bros.
Yes.
Movie.
Yes. Also, I'm telling you, he's showing cleavage, which means, according to your logic, that means he's going to die.
That also means that David Carradine is gonna die because he's showing cleavage as well.
Yeah, we know that David Carradine is going to die. I mean, also, yeah, that's also now the problem. They can't have him get killed in this movie because the actor is already dead in real life, so it would be pretty tasteless to have him get killed in this movie.
Of course.
It depends how he dies. It can't be as tasteless as how he dies in...
Yeah. That would be quite a twist. Like everyone dies because of Dinocroc on Supergator, and he just dies because of autoerotic asphyxiation.
It would have been even weirder because this would have been filmed before his real death.
Oh God.
Is this gonna be like an Epstein didn't kill himself situation?
Yes. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I could bring that up or if that's too political.
No, I think everyone agrees on that one.
Yeah, David Carradine killed himself, unlike Jeffrey Epstein.
You're loving this, aren't you? All this nature crap.
Do you know David Carradine from any other movies?
No.
Let me think.
Okay, well, do you know Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill?
Yes, of course.
Really are it.
He is Bill.
I'm just not good with actor names most of the time, to be honest.
But yeah, spoilers for Kill Bill, they kill Bill. That's like his one big role. And he was like a B-movie star in the 80s.
Is Django in Django Unchained gonna be unchained at one point? Like, you're making no sense.
Yeah, well, in Kill Bill Volume 1 he didn't die.
Oh.
But the movie subverts the expectations in that regard.
He's been in a hell of a lot of kung fu movies.
Yeah, that was like, he was like an 80s action star for kung fu movies. And that's why Quentin Tarantino even cast him in Kill Bill. He was like, oh yeah, this is the old... That's what you do when you can't get Bruce Lee or somebody like that.
Yeah.
You get...
He also, oh, I remember now. He played Frankenstein in Death Race 2000.
See, those are your movies. Yeah. Okay. I haven't watched Death Race 2000.
It's not that bad.
Oh, she's alive.
It can't
I
be
mean,
worse
it's
than
kind of
this.
cult classic, I suppose. I think he might have been in Q the Serpent.
I know him from like B movies like Future Zone, Future War, Future Force, or whatever they were called.
Okay, yeah, I am not aware of those ones.
You don't need to. You just need to be aware of how he passed away, because that's the most noteworthy thing about him.
Yeah. I'm just gonna
Also,
stick with Q the Serpent and Death Race 2000.
Speaking of Death Race, they are now doing the chase scene from Jurassic Park.
Yes. Go faster.
Must go faster, must go faster.
Yes.
Oh, so if we're gonna pull the mirror thing.
Oh, are they going to do the mirror thing?
I hope they do.
It's so uncreative they would have to, but I could see them forgetting to do it. Because you have to get a shot of the mirror.
Come on, you still got a chance. Come on, you can still do it.
At least this movie has more action than Dinocroc or Supergator. You can say that.
At least the characters interact with the monster.
Yeah. Even if the monster is... Well, they are sometimes in the same shot. Like this chase scene, you don't have anything like that in the first two movies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this alone already means Dinocroc vs. Supergator is better than the other ones. Wow, that rock was such a huge...
Random boulder in the middle of the street.
My God, is that it?
No,
that's not it.
crocodile.
No, that's an unrelated monster crocodile.
Yes. Because they are on the island from Kong Skull Island. There are monsters everywhere. They need to look for one specific crocodile monster. They don't know if that's the one.
You never know.
Also, the river they are on is not the river that scene is taking place at. Like, they are clearly on a completely different... You can tell from the sky. Those are different scenes.
The magic of editing. Okay? It's imperceptible.
Yeah,
You could edit the
still immune to explosives.
You could edit the deja vu boat from Supergator into the scenes, and it would fit just as well.
Well, that took care of him for now.
I think it would fit better. That's probably the same river.
Playtime's over.
Yeah, the trees look the same. The color grading looks the same. Supergator's badly animated silhouette is just around the corner. Going to run into the boat from Supergator, going deja vu.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose it shouldn't be that surprised that every one of the scenes has a boat chase scene, but like, yeah.
It's a water monster. You have to have a boat chase scene.
So, you feeling better?
I mean, to be fair,
You say
Dinocroc,
it's a water monster when both of the previous movies had them be terrestrial.
Yeah, because it's easier to film. Having them on the water, having them outside of the water is easier to film. You
Fair
don't
enough.
need to rent a boat. You don't need to worry about the water interaction, the splashing, even though they clearly don't care about that, no matter how bad it looks.
We're developing a new biocatalyst to increase plant growth, and at first we experienced incredible success.
Yeah, we saw your handiwork earlier this afternoon. Amazing.
Yeah, now we see the exposition. They started with plant growth, grew giant mushrooms, and somehow that created the giant bipedal crocodile.
I mean, the continuity of it. They start with two Dinocrocs. Then they have Supergator. Then they do plants and mushrooms, and then jump back to crocodilians. Or crocodilomorphs, or whatever the fuck they... Oh, thank God! Whatever the hell they are.
The only reason David Carradine is in this movie is because he wanted to sit in that chair. And he wanted to wear the suit. He was like, okay, let me look all classy in this.
Watch your comment, shut up. David, we want you in that movie. No. Please, we need you. Okay, one condition. What? I want your chair.
Because that does not look like a washed up actor's actual flat.
Yeah.
It looks too fancy for him. Oh, look, a stock image of a crocodile.
I was always against applying our theories to animals, but my brother was fearful of losing.
You shouldn't have fed those crocodiles those mushrooms then. I'm telling you, it's Mario logic. You eat a mushroom, you grow.
You know, with all the stuff going on, I'm more weirded out by the fact that somehow brother and sister both have the same job in the same field of science and work together.
And it's nepotism that shouldn't even be allowed. Maybe it's a coincidence.
I mean, maybe, but it's just so weird. Like, can you imagine, like, you go into science and study at university and stuff, and your sister does the exact same thing in the exact same field?
I can imagine it, but it would be very unlikely.
It would be unlikely. To me, at least, it would feel weird, to be honest. Like,
this is the weird part about this
Constantly
movie,
being
with a
around
giant
his sister.
bipedal crocodile running around and giant mushrooms growing
yeah,
in
as I said,
Hawaii.
I mean, this is the stuff that's weirding me out the most.
Siblings working in the same scientific field is much more implausible. This
No,
is where you draw the line.
not the fact that they're both in the same field, but at the same time they're working together, and just the idea of being around the sister almost your entire life, like even into your work life, you're still around with your sister the
Yeah,
entire time.
You would be sick of her at that point.
I'm sick of my sister already.
I mean, to be
Ah,
fair,
I'm joking. I love my sister. She's a good person.
in my unit class, we have two twins in the same class. So it
Oh.
happened.
Are they working with crocodiles?
I like that you specified that those were two twins. Because it's not like it can't be. If you said one twin, it wouldn't fit the conversation, and there can't be three twins.
That is
Of
true.
course, it's two twins.
Something terrible.
Oh, flashback. No, it's not a flash. Yeah, it's the opening scene again. Great. It's they ran out of footage, so they just reused the opening in slow-mo, put a bad filter over it, and called it a sad flashback. Great.
Did you just see the thing as well?
I don't know what he's holding. Is it a worm or is it the? Oh yeah, please show
It's
that
like
kill
the
again.
weirdest
because it
looking
was so...
French fry.
Ah, it's a curly fry that is uncurled.
Ah, I hate those.
What? I love curly fries. What's wrong with you?
No, curly fries are good, but uncurled curly fries are...
Oh
Not
yeah,
so good.
yeah, uncurled is.
No,
I
was always
about-
good. Was always good. When you order regular fries and there's like one or two curly fries randomly in there,
Yeah, that's like the jackpot.
yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good stuff. Ah,
Oh yeah, in slow-mo it looks even worse.
I love that they repeated this part.
Calm down.
Yeah, because now you can definitely see that
Insert Darth Vader. No.
even like flatten just and one frame and then he's gone. That's how bad the editing was in this. So why is she in the hospital? Was she even injured? I didn't see that.
Shock, maybe?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna assume shock.
She got hit by the plot.
Only scene the actress just wanted to see. She didn't want to be in the whole movie. That's why she said, no, I'm in the hospital bed. So hey, this is more of the Jim Wynorski cut. Like as soon as you see that cleavage, you know who's the director and what the goal of the scene was. And again, I'm going to say the guy dies first, so we can have the maximum amount of boobs.
I like how into we've gotten with the idea that there actually were two directors. Like we're actually starting to believe it ourselves.
It's the only thing that keeps me going, trying to imagine that there's a Jim Wynorski cut and a Jay Andrews cut, and every scene with a half-naked woman is a Jim Wynorski cut, and every other scene is the Jay Andrews cut, even though Jay Andrews probably isn't a real person, because according to Wikipedia, it's an alias he used, because I guess he was so ashamed of filming this.
Do you think there might be something for Vicky or me in part 7?
That all depends. How good of a screamer are you?
Oh, I think he's like a movie producer.
Yeah. There's something sleazy going
This
on.
is a very topical movie now with the whole Harvey Weinstein thing.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, it's not so topical. It's been a while since that was a big deal in the news. I mean, of course, it's still a big deal overall, but it's not exactly brand new.
Yeah, of course, but still more people are talking about it today than even in 2010. There was no Me Too trending on Twitter because Twitter wasn't as huge as it was nowadays.
Look up and scream like your entire life depended on it.
What was that?
And he gets eaten and scream like that.
Wow.
Like
I like that they.
Wah, wah, wah.
Well, at least they got a prop for this one.
I was gonna say practical effect again, and it's gone.
It looked like it only ate the heads. It didn't even look like it actually ate them all. It just ate the heads, but then the rest of them was gone.
That's niche partitioning between Dinocroc and Supergator. That's how they can coexist. One eats the head, the other
Dinocroc eats the heads, and Supergator just eats the bodies.
Yes, I can totally imagine the movie having a scene where both eat one person, but one just gets the upper half and one the lower half.
It makes sense though. I mean, like the one guy was killed from below in the waterfall scene, and that other girl that was killed by Supergator was bitten in half at the midriff. Yeah, so it makes sense. And I suppose the original Dinocroc had the same niche as Supergator because it left the head. So that's why they had to get a new Dinocroc, because otherwise they would have competed for the same niche.
Yeah, because the Supergator and Supergator ate only the head of that one kid. So the Supergator and Supergator is the kind that only eats the head. Wait, I think that means the Supergator from Supergator is the odd one out, because we just saw Dinocroc eat heads.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay, so Dinocroc eats heads, Supergator eats lower bodies. Supergator is after the ankles, the thighs.
The gamer girl feet.
Girl's feet. Yeah, that was also gamer girl bathwater, which powered them up.
Actually, yeah, that was in the syringe. She's trying to kill people with gamer girl bathwater.
Yes, it's going to be an overdose.
Exactly, concentrated
gamer girl bathwater. It's going to be the solution to kill the giant crocs at the end. Just inject a concentrated gamer girl bathwater.
Actually, they ship in Belle Delphine and she fights them.
No, she sacrifices herself. The crocs eat her, and then they get an overdose.
Okay, we've gotten so into the Gamer Girl discussion, I forgot to bring up. I wonder if anyone's gonna complain about me saying niche and not the other way it's said.
What
Is
other
it
way?
supposed to say niche?
I mean,
It's
some
niche.
people say niche,
It-
and I say
I-
niche. Yeah, but I've heard people go, "Oh, it's a dot dot dot," and that's wrong. And
Time will tell, but I've always been
I
saying
mean,
it.
Akero, yeah. So what? Akero can't pronounce Troödon, or I can't pronounce Troödon because I'm assuming the German version you would say that. Troödon.
Truden. It's actually Truden.
Trudon.
Yeah, but
Petition to make it
the
Troden.
American language doesn't have an I'm for Troödon because that's our letter.
You
That's
just
umlaut.
stole it from us.
Okay, it's Armin's letter. And
No,
they
I
say
didn't mean the Germans stole it. I mean that the Americans stole it from the
Okay,
from the Germanic, from the German
Yes.
language.
So it should be.
You know, this once, Rick, I wasn't attacking Germany.
Okay, sorry. I have the I'm always assuming you are attacking Germany. I didn't realize we were fighting on the same side for now.
Yeah. Yeah. Germany and Austria's allies never ends well.
Yeah. I can't believe how on topic we have stayed throughout this entire movie because we are almost 1 hour in.
Wow.
Also, yeah, we've been almost 1 hour in and the two crocs haven't really interacted with each other or even been in the same scene. Except for the opening.
But even then they didn't interact because Supergator swam away before Dinocroc did anything.
So I don't know if they will just happen to find each other at the end, or if it's actually the plan of the protagonists to bring them together to have them kill each other.
It's probably
I
going to
assume
be.
it's gonna be later because they did the same thing in Mega Shark vs Giant Octopus.
God, how
Wait.
many of those have you watched?
You don't want to know, Rick. You don't want to know.
Only thing about Mega Shark vs Giant Octopus I know is the plane scene.
Yes, everybody knows that scene.
It's the only scene that needs to be mentioned. The same way I never watched Shark Attack 3 Megalodon. I only know the scene where
With
it's
the jet
eating
ski?
with the jet ski. That's all I
Yeah.
need to know. I don't need to know anything else from that movie. I don't want to ever watch that movie. Don't you get any ideas?
Well, Megalodon is a prehistoric animal, so
If you do a Megalodon episode, the Paleomedia part would be a full hour of just all these asylum movies because they all have a giant shark.
you know, it's always said when you consider like Shark Attack 3 Megalodon, it's so bad. But I've seen a worse Megalodon movie, which
one?
was actually made to. It was made to cash in on the Meg.
Yeah.
I think that's from the Asylum too. It's just called
Yeah.
Megalodon, but there already is a movie just called Megalodon, which is called Jurassic Shark 3 in German, even though it has nothing to do with Jurassic Shark.
We've built to deep.
Also, Jurassic Shark is the worst Megalodon movie because
Yeah.
you can barely
Okay,
call
yeah,
it
yeah.
a movie. I could do that in my
Megalodon
backyard.
2018, starring Michael Madsen of all people.
Oh, well, this is their David Carradine, the one big name
Yeah.
they got.
The entire movie has a bunch of Russians in a submarine, and they start fighting with a bunch of Americans on a battleship. And
Does the
it
Megalodon feature in any of this at all?
barely, to be honest.
Just wanted to make Hunt for Red October, but we're like, but put a Megalodon shark in it.
Yes, pretty much. So I think The Meg is a pretty decent movie.
I have just watched the YouTube clips. I don't need to see the non-shark scenes.
The non-shark scenes aren't bad though. I feel.
I mean, it's very clearly it's not a good horror movie in the sense of like Jaws or
It's
something.
not a horror movie. It has Jason Statham as the lead. It knows what it is. It's a Fast
Yeah,
and Furious
exactly.
movie, but with a shark instead of the cars.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's it.
What is it for one?
Sorry.
I'm assuming for the Max sequel, they will get The Rock too. Jason Statham and The Rock. It's just a
Actually, The Rock is gonna appear in the
Megalodon.
Titanoboa movie.
Instead of
Ah,
Hobbs and
yeah.
Shaw, instead of Hobbs and Shaw, it'll be Hobbs and Shaw. It's in Shark.
Hawks and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw Megalodon. Hobbs and Shaw and
Hobbs
the
and
Meg.
Shaw,
That's
and it's
going to
about
be-
Entelodontids.
Oh, these two were an item. I
What?
didn't know.
Crap, I don't need to see this. Come on.
Okay, I guess.
That's also a nice quote. I don't need to see this. You could insert that in every bikini scene here. I don't need to see that. I'm not watching this movie for that. I'm watching it for its amazing Dinocroc Supergator action.
Yeah,
Which there is-
Rick, unlike all of you perverts out there, Rick is watching this movie for the plot.
Yes. And you people watching this are watching this for our commentary and not for the bikini girls, obviously.
Clearly, yes. Is that why you put the bikini girl in your last thumbnail?
I was just testing the limits of YouTube. They haven't come after me.
It's
so
just a social
safe.
experiment, bro.
Yes, I can't repeat it. I can't do a bikini girl for the thumbnail of this.
Photoshop Dinocroc in a bikini. There, you're done.
I don't have Photoshop.
Don't give me
and
any
I'm too bad.
ideas.
MS
Well,
Paint,
You know I'm gonna do it.
Don't threaten us. Take that as a threat. I don't want to see Dinocroc or Supergator in a bikini.
So you wanna see both in a bikini?
Oh, at that point
No,
you're creating
you
the
proposed
next furry subculture, the next scaly thing.
Ah yeah, at that glorious thought. The Scalies would worship me as their god for creating that image.
Yeah.